gon' reveal it. Niggas know that we steppin' outside with the 1611. Outside where they call paramedics. Get cut trying to kick it like Tekken.
I'm going to ask you a question. At what point did Israel break the covenant?
They broke the covenant when they went after other gods.
Which was when? Because they were doing that since a long time
Yeah,
ago.
when he scattered them and kicked them out of their land,
Which was when, sir?
which was he kicked the he kicked northern kingdom out with the Assyrian captivity, and then he kicked the Judah. They got scattered during the Greeks.
So you're saying that after that point, we shouldn't see anywhere in the scripture where the Most High mentions his covenant with Judah or Israel, right?
No. You mention a covenant, but he's talking about the
No,
new
no, no,
covenant.
no, 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 no. Hold on.
No, he
You
doesn't.
can't
No,
say, no, wait,
he
one
doesn't.
second,
No, I'm asking you.
1 second. You can't say because it was broken, we're no longer under it. And then when I ask you if we see any scripture that mentions that old covenant after Israel got scattered, but you said no, it doesn't matter. You can't do that.
No, I didn't say that. Listen, go ahead and show me the scripture.
Okay, so I'm asking you,
I'm talking about.
is that your position?
I told you my position that we're not under the covenant. We're not under any covenant right there. We're under grace.
Under the old covenant, I'm gonna get the scripture, but under the old covenant, do we have to keep the laws? Yes or no?
Yes, under the old covenants, we had to keep the law.
Do we have to keep the laws now?
We have to do what the Most High told us
Sorry,
to do.
do we have to? Do we have to keep the laws now?
Here, let me read this to you real
One
quick.
second.
I
Just
want to read
answer that.
scripture.
Just
You're gonna
answer that. Just
filibuster.
answer that.
But I'm gonna ask you using
Just answer
scripture.
that question. Just
I'm
no.
answering you
You can
using
answer and then read
scripture.
it. Answer and then read your scripture.
No, you can't keep the law
Oh, okay.
outside the land.
So you're
That's my
saying
answer.
we
Let
can't
me
keep
read
the
it
laws
now.
outside the land?
No, you can't. Let me read this.
Did Daniel refuse to sacrifice unto idols in the land of
Listen,
Babylon? Yes or no? Hold on. Did
can I,
Daniel refuse to sacrifice to the idols in Babylon? Yes or no?
yes. Can I read this
Okay, but
now?
you just said we can't keep the laws outside the land.
Can I read this to you?
This is man. I've never. That's got to be one of
I
the
know
most
you haven't
bugged
really
out
heard this
OT
before.
only
That's why you're in
doctrines I've
darkness.
ever heard in my life.
I know. Here, let me read this
An
to you now.
OT only saying we don't have to keep the law when we
I
see
said you have to keep the
Israelites
law that the Most High
outside
gave
of
us.
the
He told us to do
land.
certain things
We see
in the
Israelites
land and out of the
outside
land.
of the land keeping the law.
Right. No, you can't. How can you keep the law when he told you this? You don't even
Did
want me to read
Daniel
this.
keep the
You sound
law
like a Christian
outside of
now.
the land? Yes or
No,
no?
he did what the Most High told him to do outside the
Oh my
land. Of
God.
course, that was what he
Those were
told
the
him.
laws. Those were
No,
the
he didn't.
laws.
Show me where Daniel kept Passover then, sir.
Brother, that's not what
You
we're not
can't.
talking about
Stop it.
Passover.
No, it's
You said you cannot
the
keep the
laws and
laws
statutes.
outside of the
I'm talking about
land.
the laws.
You
You
didn't
can't
isolate
listen.
one. Hold on 1 second.
No, you're isolating one.
Here. I'm gonna mute you, right?
I know you are. Now you don't need to kill
You
Christian.
didn't specify one law. You said the laws. And then I asked you, did Daniel keep any laws outside of the land? You said yes. You just defeated your own point.
Sir, you just listen. I asked you about Passover. You defeated your
You
own
didn't
point.
ask me. You did not start this conversation with Passover, brother.
I know you don't know this. Here, let me read this, though. I want to read the scripture to you and see if you agree with this. Maybe you don't. This is Deuteronomy 5, and maybe you don't agree with this. Here's what the Most High told Moses. He said, go say to them, get ye into your tents again. Deuteronomy 5, verse 30. But as for thee, stand thou here by me, and I will speak unto thee all the commandments and the statutes and the judgments that thou shalt teach them, that they may do them in the land which I gave them to possess. What are those statutes, laws, and judgments? He said that they should do them while they're in the land that they go to possess. In the land. I thought there would be crickets. Listen, I'm saying this. When the Most High tells you to do something, if he tells you that you can do it outside the land, you can do it. If he tells you you can't do it outside the land,
Sorry, brother. Are you asking me a question? My apologies.
no, I read, and I wanted you to see if you agree with that. That
What
Most
was your
High,
question? Sorry.
yeah, I didn't listen.
Yeah,
Here,
go ahead. I missed it.
this is Deuteronomy chapter 5, starting at verse 30. I'm going to go to 30 and 31. It says, go say to them, get you into your tents again. But as for thee, stand thou here by me, and I will speak unto thee all the commandments and the statutes and the judgments that thou shalt teach them, that they may do them in the land that I gave them to possess. Isn't that the laws, statutes, and judgments? He said
Yes.
to do them while they're in the
Yes.
land that they possess.
Yes.
Do you possess America right now?
No.
Thank you. Yeah, thank
Right.
you for
So now,
agreeing
now,
with
now,
it.
now let me explain why you're misunderstanding the text. That's not a prescriptive law. That's a descriptive law. He's not telling us you only keep the commandments when you're in the land, or else when we're outside of the land, it's free game, which you do not agree with, because or else you'd be eating pork, you'd be worshiping idols, and you'd be breaking the Sabbath. So I know you don't hold to that view. So why you just tried to misuse that, I have no idea. Now I'm going to ask you a question. When the Israelites returned from Babylon, were they under the covenant? Yes or no?
Yes,
You just said when we got scattered, we
I
broke the
said when he kicked
covenant.
them out of
Therefore,
their
no, no, no,
land.
no, 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 no. 1 second. You just said they broke the covenant. Therefore, they are no longer under it. That was the analogy you used.
Okay, I said when they
Hello?
kicked them out of their land. That's what I said. Or if you were listening, were they back in their
Again,
land?
did you say or did you not say that when the marriage covenant is broken, you're no longer under it? Yes or no?
Right, they broke the covenant.
Yes or no?
Yes, that's what I said.
Okay, hold on. Did they
I got you.
wait? Did they break the covenant? Yes or no?
Yeah, I said yes. You
Then why
said
are you
yes
saying then how are you saying they were under the covenant after they got scattered?
because the Most High brought them to the land, and He consecrated
Oh my gosh, brother.
Ezra. Read Ezra. Read Nehemiah.
So
That's when
brother,
He
you're
did it.
basically saying the covenant only applies when we're outside of the land?
Yeah, I'm saying that the Most High, His covenant, is applicable when we're inside the land, not outside the land.
That mean, but brother,
Can't keep
the
these
covenant.
laws
Hold on,
outside.
hold on, hold on, hold
Let
on,
me read
hold on,
this.
hold on, hold on, hold on. The covenant means we keep the laws. You're basically saying that while we're scattered, we do not have to keep the laws. Do you see how crazy that sounds?
It's because you are wanting to do things you can't do outside the
Can
land.
I murder my brother? Yes or no?
See, that's what I'm saying. See,
Can I murder my brother? Yes or no?
if you were under the covenant, you wouldn't even be
Can
thinking
I
these
murder
things.
my brother? Yes or
That's what I'm
no?
saying. That's how I know you're
Can
not
I
under the
murder my
covenant.
brother? Yes or no?
No, you can't. Of course not,
But I'm not in the land, brother. So I can do
sir.
what I
Those
want.
did the Most High condemn murder before the law or after the law?
This is
I'm asking
ridiculous.
you a question. No, sir. Let me ask you a question.
Yeah,
Did the Most High?
this is crazy.
I'm
This
asking
is
you a
crazy.
simple. I swear, man. Y'all guys want to jump in and protect y'all brother.
Man,
Listen, I'm asking you a simple question. Did the law against murder was it before or after the law?
it doesn't, brother. The
Don't
covenant
say it
is the
doesn't matter. It
law.
does matter. There was.
It says that
Listen,
these are
no,
the
I'm asking you a
words.
simple question that you
Hold on.
refuse to answer because
Exodus,
you know you're
hold on.
wrong.
Exodus 24 says these are the words of the covenant, which were the commandments that he gave prior.
Right.
The covenant is accumulated by these laws. That's man. Come on,
Listen, I
brother.
asked you a
Come
simple
with something
question.
else.
I asked you
This
a
is
simple
crazy.
question, bro. Was the law against murder before or
This is
after the Mosaic
crazy,
law?
bro.
Yes or no?
The
Was the
the
law against
Mosaic law that
was the
says
law
don't
against
murder.
sodomy? Was sodomy against the law before the law of Moses? Yes
The
or no?
Mosaic law is where it talks about murder,
No. What about Cain and Abel?
brother. We're talking about the
No,
Mosaic
no. I'm
law that
telling
we're
you that
on.
these laws. Listen, was sodomy against the
So wait a
law?
minute. Are you saying that? So
Was
basically,
sodomy a
so
sin? I'm
hold on.
asking a simple question.
So
Was sodomy a sin before
hold
the
on.
law?
Are you saying that the only things that apply is what we see in Genesis up until the covenant? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm saying that
No, 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 no,
most I
no, no,
said.
no, 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 no,
Don't say
no.
no, 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 man. Listen, let me answer the way I want to answer. What do you mean?
Hold
No, no,
on.
no.
Is that
I didn't get a chance to
so?
answer. You said no, no,
Wait a
no.
minute, wait a minute. Hold on. Let me mute you. Are you? I need a clear answer. Are you saying the only moral things we have to subscribe to is what we see from Genesis up until the covenant is made?
Yeah, that's all you could do. What was the other law? What were
So, so,
what were they?
so, brother, hold on. So that means
No, no,
anything
no.
that's
You're
not
agreeing with me
mentioned.
now.
No, I don't agree with that. I'm saying so that means
You
anything
don't
that is
agree with
not.
that?
No. So that means anything that is not mentioned in those verses from Genesis up until the covenant we can do.
No, no. You didn't. That's not what you asked.
Yes,
You
it
said,
is,
"Oh, the moral
brother. You listen to what I'm
Genesis
saying.
to the
Listen to
law
what
were
I'm
they applicable?"
saying.
I said, "That's all you had to go
Listen
by."
to what I'm
What else did you
saying
go by,
before you speak.
bro? I've
Listen.
already listened to you.
Listen.
You're sounding like a Hebrew.
Listen. Yeah, mute him for me.
Yeah,
I'm
I muted
asking.
him. I
This is
got it.
what I'm asking you.
Hey, man, y'all weird.
Listen, we're gonna mute you again, right? Since you can't control your mouth, but you're not under any laws, so I don't expect anything better. So I'm asking you from Genesis to up until Exodus, where the covenant is made. Are you saying that's the only things we can follow, where the Most High spoke in in that book and in those chapters? Yes or no?
Yes, that's what I told you. Yes, and what else could you follow if there was no Mosaic law? What else could you follow?
Where does the Most High say up in any of those verses, don't eat anything unclean?
He didn't say don't eat anything. The other nations could eat anything unclean. What are you
Can
talking
we
about?
eat anything unclean now?
I'm said no after the
What,
law. Listen,
brother,
no.
brother,
Daniel
brother, 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 brother,
said
brother.
no,
Can we eat?
sir. I
Okay,
said
can you show?
no
Why not?
because when you see Daniel out of the land, you see Ezekiel.
Where,
They're
no,
not
no,
eating
no, no,
anything
no, no, no,
unclean.
no, no, no. You
You
see,
see
look, this
them.
is where your whole doctrine falls on its head.
No, bro.
You just
That's
said,
what you
somebody
don't
mute him, somebody
understand.
mute him, somebody mute him. This is where your whole doctrine falls on its head.
Just get
You
him out.
just made the claim that we only have to, we as Israelites, that includes Ezekiel, that includes Daniel, that includes any other Israelite. No one's exempt. You just made the claim that while we are out of the land, we only have to keep the laws that the Most High mentions from Genesis up until the covenant. And then I just asked you a question. Do you eat unclean food? You said no. Where did the Most High say that from Genesis up until the covenant was made? And then you tried to go to but Daniel, I'm talking about where the Most High said it in the passages that you said we only have to hold to, sir.
Again, here's what it
Confounded, man.
says that if there's a law,
After this, we're
that's
gonna get him
because
out
of
of here.
the prophets. You go by what the prophets and the law says.
The prophets can
And you
add to
see
the law of God.
you see what the prophets when they're out of the land. You see Daniel. See, why don't you mute yourself and take your own advice for a
Go
second?
ahead, finish. Land your plane. This is terrible. We're gonna get out of
Hey,
You
here.
are
True Israel,
terrible,
I noticed you had 911 friends. Maybe you should call that number.
bro. You should stop
Crazy.
looking at a man's profile, bro. That's weird. Listen, I'm gonna say Daniel was in Babylon. He had a dietary law. You don't see him talking. You don't see them keeping Passover. They couldn't keep Passover, and you guys know it. Like unlike what you guys try to do. You see Ezekiel talking about when the Most High comes, he's gonna. And Isaiah talks about when the Most High comes, he's gonna kill those who are eating pork. So
Again, your
things,
logic
those
doesn't
are the
matter.
things and that's outside the land.
It
That's
doesn't.
outside the
It
land. So
doesn't
that's why
matter.
you
It
keep
doesn't
those
matter.
laws,
It
bro. It
doesn't
does
matter because
matter.
according to your
I know it doesn't
standard,
matter to you because you want
according
to
to your
be.
someone mute him. Someone mute him. According to your standard, we only have to keep that which the Most High mentions from Genesis up until the covenant, and he doesn't mention, as you admitted, he doesn't mention
I didn't
anything
admit
about
that.
it. So
You're
mute him. Mute
lying,
him. Mute him. Mute him. Hold
man.
on.
You guys are liars. It's sad. I said this. You asked me what laws we had to keep prior to the covenant made at Sinai. I said the ones that are before that in Genesis.
All right. We're
I
gonna go ahead
said
and get ready. We're gonna get ready to close the room down. Not to disrespect you, sir, but we got to get ready to go ahead and close this room down. Not to cut you off, but we think we let you have ample amount of time to to have the build. So definitely catch up with us on our next
All
room.
right. Hold on. My
Uh,
apologies. My apologies.
go ahead.
Yeah. So yeah, brother. Look, and look, this is what we're saying in the end, and then we're gonna close out. You
yeah,
made the
come on, man.
statement. You made this. I'm trying to help you out here, right? You made the statement that we only have to keep what is mentioned in Genesis to the covenant, up until the covenant. But then out of the same mouth, you said, we can't eat anything unclean. Well, we don't see it prescribed anywhere from Genesis up until the covenant that we can't eat anything unclean. But you yourself admitted you're not allowed to eat anything unclean. That's a self-contradicting statement. And then for you to appeal to the prophets and the other men and say, well, they gave the order, they gave the commandment. Now you're telling us that Isaiah broke Deuteronomy 4 and 2 and added to the law. Sorry, brother, your doctrine fails.
Yeah,
So
bro, listen, bro. I know you want to
maybe
get the
next
last
time.
word.
Maybe next time. Yeah, we are. That's how it works.
No, no, I know that's how it works. That's how it works with the wicked, of course.
So in
All right,
closing,
shalom. Shalom.
we appreciate everybody coming through today for our first public room on Clubhouse. All praises to the Most High Yahweh, and we do so in the name of His only begotten Son, Hamashiach Yahweh Shai. I'm gonna go ahead and boom the room now. Make sure y'all catch